next one, which is Marketing Council. And so, right here, right now, I would like to welcome Riva, our Marketing Council lead, to come up and give us her update because I can tell you she's been going gangbusters. There's so much activity going on. I think you're like I thought I didn't get much sleep, but I see you also working at all the odd hours, etc. Riva. So great to have you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Actually, it seemed just like yesterday I was in the team meet. But then again, time is so diluted because sometimes I feel like we've been working on Vitruvio for like months when in fact it's just been like I've just been on the team for about 2.5, 3 weeks. So it's just crazy the amount of work that has gotten in that time. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's go at it. Let's tell people what you've been up to.
Cool. I think let's start. I'll bring my presentation up because yeah. So one of the things that obviously the community is aware of and is familiar with is the way that we have branded ourselves and how our branding is looking. Now there is reasons for all of this, and I really wanted to share a little bit about it. Why we actually decided to use these colors, why we decided to do the gradient. Because when you traditionally look at the gradient thing, it's a very popular theme when it comes to blockchain and crypto projects. So when we do that, it immediately says, okay, this is a crypto project. We specifically used the colors blue a lot because it's trustworthy. Nick, you were talking about, building trust. I think this is one of the ways that we are doing. Branding is a great way to tell people, like, we are super professional. We have thought about all these things from A to Z, and we really want to earn your trust because we're your friend. And that's why we have the little bit of a purple and a pink tinge over there. I just want to also share like our color system because I see that a lot of community members have taken the initiative and have decided to create content, go all out and create gear and phone covers, hoodies, as well as a lot of content for their own YouTube shows. But it also is important, I think, at this stage for us to, I'm a marketing person, so this is how I will speak, but to be on brand. So we don't want to go like wild west in a lot of things because when we see the larger audience, everyone else around the world looking at us and looking at the content, it immediately needs to click as Vitruvio. So that is one of the things I really want to emphasize. We are working on our branding guide right now, so it's about 80% complete. But for all of you people out there, the creative types who want to do stuff around Vitruvio, you want to do your memes, you want to do your backgrounds, you want to change your backgrounds, your PFPs, create content, and then these are basically your hex codes, the pink that we use, the purple that we use, the teal that we use. So that might be easy for you guys if you want to create content. And I also want to say that we want you to create loads of content because the branding deck that we are building, it's all about content and co-creation. We don't just want to create content and want people to share it. We want you guys to create the content along with us. And that's why we are really going out and going to go strong with our Instagram and TikTok pages. We're going to hire a couple more people who will be helping us, who are experts in those fields, building the community in those channels as well. So there's a lot of like co-creating of content that's going on. You would have seen a lot of stuff that's very simple, very quick to understand. We try to have like short and punchy statements on our social media because that's kind of our tone of voice. We want to be out there as trustworthy people. We are your friends. We're built on trust. We use a lot of emojis. That's kind of like the language that a lot of people who are gamers, a lot of people in Web3 speak. But we're also aware that we are talking to a group of artists out there or creators out there who are not in the Web3 circle. So that way, education is like a huge part of what we do as well. So we want to make sure that the information gets across to them in a language that's not very technical. So in a language that's very relatable, we use those words whenever that we are building content. So when we go to the back end of how we produce content, there are different content pillars, the different tones of voice for audiences, the different words that we use. We have a word cloud that we pick, those words from. Everything that we, articles that we write and content that we push out there is SEO friendly, so that when people in a few weeks time, when people look for a creator friendly blockchain or a Web3 community that's great for artists. When they Google such terms, we automatically come up. I am a big fan of memes, so we are also building a lot of like meme. We want to encourage the community to do a lot of memes for us as well. I think very soon in our Discord we're going to be launching that as well, right, Nick? I believe that that's what's going to be happening. So that's going to be super exciting for people to do stuff. That's I think this is one of our most retweeted posts as well, because it's simple, it's fun, and it just communicates the message very, very quickly. Let's go to Learn with Vitruvio, because that is what I'm super excited about. We launched this not so long ago, and we had our first episode last Wednesday, our second episode. So it's going to be happening every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern. That I think it's 2 p.m. UTC. But anyway, Learn with Vitruvio is a program that is made for creators, specifically to empower creators, to get them to know a lot more about blockchain. And we want to simplify, it's like a 101, right? Want to simplify a lot of like techie topics and difficult to understand, hard to grasp topics, but want to explore. Like, for example, we did a poll not so long ago asking people, okay, what are the kind of topics that you want to learn when it comes to blockchain technology or when it comes to Web3? And we asked people, do you want to learn about metadata? Not many people voted for it, but in fact, the episode on metadata got us about, I think, close to about 700 people who actually came and listened to it and benefited from it, because we told people it's not just metadata for the sake of metadata, but it's all about discoverability. It's about more people getting to see your artwork. More people getting to see your artwork means they will share your artwork. It's about buying your artwork. And it all comes down to the right words that you use. What are the attributes that you attach to your artwork? That basically is just our first episode, how to make your art more discoverable, right? The power of metadata. And you can see that after each of these episodes, we make it a point to share the information that has gone on these Twitter spaces on our various platforms, whether it be Medium, whether it be LinkedIn, whether it be Instagram, because we just don't want only the listeners to benefit from it. Even if you have missed out on the stuff because you've been busy or the time is just not appropriate for you, you get to still learn about this content and join these discussions. We've got upcoming spaces. The next one will be on the 27th of September, blockchain basics for creators. And then after that, we're going to be diving into smart contracts for artists, and then understanding the symphony between cryptocurrency and digital art, and what does it mean for creators and investors. So that's a whole line of stuff just coming for the next few weeks. And soon enough, Learn with Vitruvio program will also be available like visually on YouTube. We're going to be streaming it live on YouTube and on LinkedIn, because a lot of people out there have requested for this, and it's a great way to reach out for our audiences there. So this is a tiny example of a carousel. So if you go, and if you have not followed us on Instagram yet, please do so. It's Vitruvio_chain. You can see our resources there in forms of carousel. We ask a lot of questions on Instagram stories. Reminders for our YouTube lives are up there as Instagram stories as well, so people can set it up as a reminder. There is a countdown, so you don't miss out on stuff. So we really are big on using the individual features of the platforms to get the wider audience, not just the crypto crowd, interested in the Vitruvio chain. So that's just part of our marketing strategy as well. So if you look at our Medium, I think if anybody is asking what is Vitruvio, one of the best places to go and learn about stuff is definitely our Medium. We just passed 100 followers today. And one of our most read posts is the first one, which is a new dawn for creators. I think you guys might have, looked at this. It just basically gives you an overview of why Vitruvio, why the team. And then one of my favorite posts there is a 6-minute read. And one of the things I really love about video is actually Medium is that you can actually listen to it. So you don't even have to read it. So you're on your car, it's like a podcast, right? It lists down all the creator problems first, and then it talks about how Vitruvio is going to solve it. So everything is listed here. And in fact, this piece of content is also shared as a Twitter feed. So you just can't run away anywhere from understanding Vitruvio. I want to say that we're trying to be everywhere. So yeah, that's basically what's been happening marketing front. And I just want to remind you about the next Learn with Vitruvio program session that's going to be on next Wednesday. Please do join us on Twitter. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Riva. I'm really excited to see all that progress. I have a couple of questions for you. In your mind, like we are catering to two very distinct groups of people, right? For the boosters, we are targeting folks who are interested in investing, and then obviously to the larger creator community and also the collector community. How do you intend to approach that problem, that dual sort of audience problem?
I don't see it as a problem. I really see it as an opportunity, because not many blockchains and not many protocols out there are actually utilizing the various platforms and social platforms and mediums that are available to us. So we really are going to look into where these people actually exist and then reverse engineer our marketing approach. I think it all comes down to understanding and solving the day-to-day problems of a person, rather than speaking from an organization's point of view and saying that, hey, we got this, we got that, we got this, but rather reverse engineer and think about what would a day-to-day problem of a particular person be, and look, we are going to solve this for you today. And a collector's problem is going to be very different from a creator's problem. So we're just going to speak to people. It's like being on a family WhatsApp call or WhatsApp group and making sure that you understand what each person wants and answering them accordingly.
Yeah. We've had some very deep strategic discussions about how to get creators and collectors on here. And I just wanted to share for the community some of our thinking around it. So there's a large number of independent creators, and we'll get those. But there's also a large number of traditional artists who work through galleries. That's their vector into the space. And the cool thing about galleries is that they're perfectly positioned to not only have the artists, but they also have mailing lists, and they have events with art enthusiasts and collectors, etc. So as we are thinking through this strategically, what we've sort of decided our go-to market is that we will have these workshops, etc. you talked about, to get the indies, as we call them, but we're going to focus laser-like almost on the gallery segment, the worldwide gallery segment, and make that sort of our go-to market in order to get them on board. Because when we get a gallery on board, what we are doing several things. One, we are solving their problem of getting sales for their artists. That's one thing. Two, we are introducing them to a new way of doing business, a new revenue stream, which they're always interested in. And three, we are helping them benefit from the network effect. The more galleries that are on Vitruvio, the more collectors come, and there's this cross-pollination that happens. So do you want to add anything more to that? Like, because I know we have some more strategic discussions around that, but I'd love to hear your thoughts about that.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a multi-pronged approach, right? So what you've said is very true, and I think since I am sitting here from in Dubai in the Middle East, I'm super excited about what the next few months are going to unfold in terms of galleries, exhibitions, events, on-ground events, and we're going to be registered here. So because winter it's super busy here in this part of the world, and it's kind of a nexus. It's a meeting point from different cultures from all around the world. We have this audience are going to be here from all around the world coming to this place, and there's a huge opportunity to meet them face to face and get to show them what we are all about.
Yeah. So I'm super excited about this, and I just want people to understand that there is the superficial, like the comments we make in Discord, etc. But then there's the real world and the deep sort of strategic decisions we have to make, which isn't just gonna come from an off-the-cuff remark or something like that. We are doing the market research, we are talking to people, we are doing all that legwork in order to make sure that when we make a decision, it's not just a, well, we just kind of made this up. It's based upon facts and data. So Riva, I appreciate all the work you're doing. Thank you so much. It's amazing. The brand is looking spectacular, and I really, really, really love the idea of a personalizable brand, because we are talking about the creator ecosystem. I have run lots of meme challenges, and the responses I get, like, you know, like 300-400 people creating custom memes, etc. It's amazing, and that adds to the vibrancy of a brand. It makes it feel alive and youthful and exciting and engaging. And I love that. Love that you pulled that off. Obviously,
Yeah,
I
I
want
thank you for actually
to also
highlighting that.
shout out to our partners in Intention there, who have also played a big role in that. So thank you for that. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, thank you for highlighting that, because I think we are going to do something that, in my knowledge, no Web3 organization has ever done before. In fact, I wouldn't even think, and not many Web2 organizations have done this before, is we're going to give creators, we're going to give the community a set of assets for them to play around with. So these are going to be Vitruvio assets. They're going to be, you know, little brand identity features that you can use to create content, whether it is, you know, putting them up in your presentations or using them to do a video intro or getting them out there as an artwork. But I'm super excited to see what the community is going to create and share with us.
Super. Well, thanks, Riva. I appreciate you being here today. And I'm going to continue with my presentation of the update. But thanks, and live long and prosper. Yeah.